Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Friday the 31st of January 2025. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You would do me a big favor. Thank you. What is this channel about? Well, you will see me either struggle with or sometimes very occasionally breeze through a game of Sudoku, which is a newspaper game, classic Sudoku, only on this channel. And also I like to talk about anything that is on my mind, and that's what makes it different from other Sudoku channels, is that I like to chat especially before I begin. If you hate the chat, you can always fast forward and miss it. What's on my mind at the moment? Glad to see that protesters have turned up outside the High Court in London. 16 climate activists who have previously been sentenced to a combined total of 41 years in prison for, sitting on the Just Stop Oil protests, and the sentences are outrageously long, unduly harsh, and in most cases those protesters should not have a custodial sentence anyway. And people are angry about it, and hundreds of people turned up to block the road outside the High Court, which is good. No doubt the police will be moving them on, possibly arresting them as well, because that's the way democratic protests have also been curtailed or restricted, let's say, by the previous government. And I'm not sure about the current Labour government. They might continue in the same mode. I mean, governments dislike people protesting against anything, don't they? So it's important to have a government that is willing to accept proper democratic protest. I'm not sure if they will roll back some of the restrictions put in place by the Tories over the last 14 years of their constant chipping away at the right to demonstrate. Anyway, good luck to those protesters, and even more good luck, hopefully, to the people whose cases are being heard in the appeals court. And let's hope that they are not, or that their sentences are reduced or removed or curtailed or whatever is available. Shall we get on with our game of Sudoku then? Let's turn to the New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle. Oh, I see something immediately. I see the nines blocking up there. Nines often don't catch my attention for some reason, but they have this morning. That's the first thing that I see. We've got a 9 up there. In fact, we've got kind of very symmetrical pattern on 9s here, haven't we? We've got 9s like this. We've got 9s like that. Okay, well, one of those kind of patterns that are not particularly helpful when it comes to Sudoku at the moment. Of course, get one of them, you'll be doing yourself a favor. Until you've got one of them, you have to struggle a little. We have 8 blocking across here, 8 across there, and 8 going up there. So let's get an 8 in that square there. We have the 8s blocking down like this, so we've got a pair of 8s there. A moment ago I just noticed that the 9s were like this, right? And so that means that we've got 9s in those squares, but we've also got 8s in those squares somewhere. Do we get any more help on that? Maybe not, but we do have 8 and 9 there. Try to remember that for me, because you know how bad my memory is. Actually, we've got 1, 6, and 8 blocking down here, so we've got a triple of 1, 6, and 8 in those squares there. So the 8's already mentioned, and we've got 1 and 6 somewhere else, but nowhere that I can easily identify. So let's have a look at these 3 squares here. So we've got 1, 8, and 6 already, so we're looking for 3, 4, 9, I think, in those squares, and we've got 3 and 9 together, so that is going to be our 4. Now we've got 4 down here. This is great stuff, because we've now got a pair of 4s here. And just a moment ago I said to you that 9s are in those squares, and we also had 8. And since we now know that this is 4 or 9, this has got to be an 8. That's a nice lucky find right at the beginning there. Let's hope that's how we mean to go on. And now we've got 8s there, right, because of our 8 blocking down across there. So we got 8s down here. And then we had the 9s like this in those 2 squares blocking down, and 9 blocking there. This is a pair of 8 and 9, isn't it? Because we've got 9s in these 2 squares. We've got 8s in those squares up here because of the 8s and 9s, and 8 and 9 blocking this middle square here. So we've got a pair of 8 and 9 down here. Okay. What else do we know? So we've got 7s blocking across here, and down there. So that's going to be a 7. Again, this is 8 and 9. Can we get anything else out of it? We'll get 4s over. No, 4s there. Sorry. 8 and 9. 3, 4. 5 blocking across there, so that's 2 and 5 in those squares. What's the other missing number for this row? 1 and 6. There's 2, 5 up there. There's something going on here. I'll come back to it later though, because I can't quite see what it is, but there's something there. So 2 and 5 block up here, so we will have 2 and 5 in those squares there, and we'll be left here with 1, 3, 7, and we've got 1 and 3 together, and that's going to be our 7. So 7 across here, 7 up there, 7 up there, and there's a 7. 7 across here, up and up should be, I think this is the last 7 actually. No, it's not. Over here. Down, up, across. This must be the last one. Come on. Yes. And what was I discovering? What did I discover? 2 and 5. That was 2 and 5, and so this is 1 and 3. Any help on 1 or 3? I don't think so, but should we look down here and see what we've got? Oh, I know this already, don't I? This was 9 and 4, wasn't it, in those squares there? So that's 1, 3, 9, 4, and the last number here has got to be a 6. And so this is 1, 2, and 5, and this is 8 and 9. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. So we're looking for 3, 4, 6 in these squares, I think. Is that right? 3, 4, 6. I think that's right. So that means that we definitely don't have a 4 in these 3 squares here, and we definitely don't have a 4 in that square. So that square there must be a 4. 4 across this way, 4 across that way, and 4 goes in that square there. 4 to the bottom here, down like that, meaning that's a 4, and we'll be having 4s in those squares there. 1 blocking down here, and 1 in one of these 2 squares blocking up. Excuse me. 1 across here and across there. There's a 1. In fact, this is a 1 here, isn't it? Because our 1 blocking up puts 1 into one of those squares, blocking down, blocking down. So there is our 1, and our 2 and 5 are in those squares just there. And since we now know that 5 is in one of these two squares, and we don't have 5 in this column. Well, that's the only thing left. 5 must go there. Well, I'm enjoying today's game. I must be on form today. It's one of those rare days when I'm feeling alive and actually enjoying the Sudoku and playing on form. 5 in one of these two squares, blocking up there. That's got to be a 5. Doesn't happen that often on the channel. Regulars to the channel go, oh, it's being boring again. But no, today I'm feeling quite active. Maybe I'm pleased at having to do some work later on today, hopefully. Hopefully, anyway. Now, I said this was 5 and 2, wasn't it, in those two squares there? So now we know that the 2 goes there. And we've got 2 blocking down here and up there. So there's our 2. And the last digits. We need to look at what we have already. And we just got 7 and 4. So that's not going to help, is it? Don't worry about that. Forget that for the moment, I think. So 3 blocks this square here. In this row, there's our 3. And this is going to be a 6. Six blocks up here. And 6 blocks across there. 6 is in one of these two squares blocking back that way. So there's our 6. And the last number for this row is... Oh, for a second I thought I'd messed it up. I thought, oh, it's a 9, but it's not a 9, is it? 2, I think it is. I thought I was about to say, oh no, it's a nightmare. I've messed it all up. But no, we're okay. 8 blocks this square here. In this column there's an 8, and we'll finish this column with a 5, and we'll get the last digit here, which is a 3. 3 blocking that way. There's our 3. There's our 1. If I can hit the right key. 1 blocking up here. 1 up here. There goes a 1. The last digit to go here is 5. And we need, so 5 blocking this square, we need 5 in this row. There's our 5, and 2, I believe, was the last number, wasn't it? Memory's actually working quite well today for a change. 2 in that square, and this is a 6. And right, not much more left. I think we've done the bulk of it. Heavy lifting is mostly done, I think. Let's just click through the digits and see if we can find anything without any real need to think. May be possible, may not be. Okay, 6 across here and 6 up there. There is our 6. Our 5 blocking up here puts the 5 in that square there. 5 across there means that's a 5 there. 5 down here, 5 across there. There's a 5. 3 blocks down there, there's a 3. This will be a 2. 2 blocks down there and across there, there's the final digit 2. Here we need a 1. There we need a 6. And 6 blocking across here and down and down. 6 is out of the way now. Right, now let's go back to clicking on these. 1 across here and 1 down there. There's a 1. And the last number in this column looks to be an 8 to me. Does it to you? We have 8 blocking across here and 8 down here. So 8 is in one of these two squares blocking down. That must be an 8 in that square there. Nine blocks down here, so in this bottom row there is our 9, and the last number to get here is 3. Also our 9 blocking down here means that 9 is in one of these two squares blocking down there, so that must be a 9. The last number for this row is a 4, and the last number for this row is a 3. 3 blocking up here and across there, there's our 3, and the last number here is 9, I think. 9 across there, there's a 9. Missing number here 4. 4 back that way, there's a 4, and 8 finishes the game. So I don't know if that was really easy or I just got lucky, but anyway, it was a nice game for me to play for some reason or another. It was just quite an exciting game, unusually so for me. Take care. Bye bye.